Hey you guys, it's Ayana here, back again with another video. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe. I know you're gonna love me. But if this is your second or third time here, welcome back, girlfriend.
Welcome back, welcome back, welcome back.
So in today's video, I'm pretty much, as promised, going to be explaining tips on what I feel like you should know before you go and wax the pooch. Like, the first time you get a Brazilian wax, it is very crucial that you do your research before you go, because I watched a few videos, but I didn't really watch that many, and I feel like I made a lot of mistakes in regards to proper maintenance of the pooch. Like, shorty was kind of messed up out here for a little bit. Now that I've gone back again and I am experiencing different results this time, I just feel like it's important for me to let you guys know what I've learned. So, tip number one. Tip number one is self-explanatory. Nobody should have to tell you to bathe yourself before you go. Like, take a shower. Take a shower. Like, duh. All's basically, I think they're called an esthetician.
Nope.
Is that their name?
Nope.
I don't know. I think it is.
Nope.
You don't want anybody smelling you, from an OBGYN to a esthetician.
Nope.
You don't want anybody smelling you down there. And I know us as females, you know, we go through different stages throughout the month regarding our pH balance, so it's really important to make sure you take a shower, sis. And if you're not, you know, up to par, don't go. Wait until your body gets back to normal, your pH levels get back to normal,
because I want you to smell good, boo.
That's tip number one. Tip number two. Oh, I didn't show y'all my hair. Sorry. This is a cute little quick updo. If you are at all interested on how I achieve this look, give me a thumbs up. But anyway, tip number two, do not shave before you go. Do not nair, don't shave, don't do any of that before you go. Do not recommend you cutting your hair or anything like that, because if the hair is too short, they will not be able to wax you. And then you're gonna be mad if you are really ready for the wax and then they can't do it. So don't touch your hair, just go the way that you are. And if you did wax, or I mean if you did nair or anything like that prior to wanting to getting a wax, I think your hair has to be longer than a grain of rice. So I think that's what I heard. So if your hair isn't that long, they will not wax you, sis. Tip number three. So when you pull the hair from the root, your pores are open, right? Which means you're more susceptible to infection. If you're scratching your head and then you scratch down there because it's like itching a little bit, or you want to feel like how, you know, smooth your donut is, like all of that is making your vaginal area more prone to infection. So you want to get you some witch hazel. This was literally like $1.99 from Walmart for this big old tube. You don't need like the name brand witch hazel. All of it works the same. Like, you can just get you a little bottle like this. So now use the witch hazel as a antiseptic. So basically you're basically making your skin less susceptible to getting these bacteria in your pores and then causing little pimples or bumps to grow. In my case, the first time I got a wax, I did not get witch hazel, which was a huge mistake, because I definitely did get the pimples and it definitely was not cute. Looking like a little, no, it was not cute. So you want to make sure that you get the witch hazel. Now, if you are watching this video and you do have the pimples, use the witch hazel and it'll go away within 3 or 4 days, okay? You have to use that twice a day though. Every time you take a shower, once in the morning and once at night, take a cotton swab and rub it on there real good. If you are not on your cycle, sleep without underwear on. You will be fine. Sleep without underwear on and let it breathe down there. Don't touch it every 5 minutes. Don't do that, okay? Now, once you've gotten past the witch hazel, your hairs that are now beginning to grow out, they basically need help to break through your skin, right? Because if you think about it, an ingrown hair is basically a hair that's growing out that can't get through, right? And it basically curls back down and your skin hasn't allowed the hair to come up. So that's where the localized infection happens. You get pus, and it grows humongous, and it's just nasty to look at. It hurts, it's painful. So that's the purpose of an exfoliant. So the exfoliant, you're gonna rub on that area 2 to 3 times a week. Like I said, you don't want to do it any more or any less than 3 times a week. Okay, well, you can do 2 times a week. I prefer 2 times a week because I feel like 3 is just pushing the envelope a little bit, but you don't want to do more than 3 times a week because it will then, you'll get the reverse effect, and we don't want that. So the exfoliant's job is to basically help the hair along, right? Helps the hair along to penetrate through the skin. That way you don't get a hair bump or ingrown hair or whatever you want to call it. They hurt. So you want to make sure you get the exfoliant also. The exfoliant I use, or exfoliator, I don't know the word, but the one I use is Shea Moisture Fruit Fusion Coconut Water Hydrating. Oh.
You are so dumb. You are really dumb. For real.
Fruit Fusion Coconut Water Energizing Hand and Body Scrub. I don't remember how much this was. It probably was like $9, but I've had it for a long time. So I use this. It smells really good, and you feel really good also after you exfoliate. You feel really, really clean. So you want to make sure you bathe. After you bathe, you're going to rub your exfoliant on there, and then after you dry off, you're going to take your witch hazel and put your witch hazel on there. Now, like I said, your witch hazel you use 2 times a day. Your exfoliant you use 2 to 3 times per week. Do not use this more than 3 times a week, period. Okay, now we're going to talk about pain and how bad it hurts and how you can prevent. I mean, we're not even gonna lie, like, it's gonna hurt. Like, it's gonna hurt, and depending on your level of pain tolerance, it's gonna hurt some people more than others. For me, like I said in my last video, I felt like the pain was about 7 out of 10, with 10 being the most painful. I feel like personally, if you get tattoos, you can get a wax. Like, you can get a wax. I mean, it's not that bad. So yeah, brace yourself. My method to the madness is squeezing my hands like this. When I go, I'll put my hands right underneath my chin, and I'll squeeze my fingers so tight. That way, and it helps me. I don't know if it'll help you, but it helps me get through the process. So, but I've heard you can take like 2 aspirin beforehand, 30 minutes beforehand. You can have a drink if you're the legal age to drink in your state. I mean, it is what it is. As long as you get somebody to drive you there. Don't be driving drunk, sis. I mean, it's gonna hurt. Just brace yourself. It's really no getting around it. But the more you go, I must say, the less painful it is. The first time I went, it really wasn't that bad. The second time I went, I mean, one little part, and when you go, you're gonna know what I'm talking about. I'm not gonna spill the beans, but one part is the most painful part. Like, once you get that done, that's it. Another tip for you guys is, if you see a little bit of blood, don't panic. Don't panic, especially for African American women or men, because it is possible for a man to get a wax. It's normal for African American people to bleed just a little bit. I'm not saying like we got the whole Red Sea here. That's not what I'm saying, because then we got a problem. But it is natural and normal for African Americans to experience a little bit of bleeding, being that our hair is so coarse. When you're ripping it from the follicle, it can cause a little bit of bleeding. So yeah, I mean, if you see a little bit of blood, don't panic. If you feel like you're bleeding like profusely, I would change my esthetician. I would not go back to them. Sorry, my job is texting me. And my last tip for you guys would be, do not stop until you find an esthetician that you are 100% comfortable with and compatible with. The lady that I go to now, her name is Corinne, and I actually love her. Like, I love her. She is the bomb. Like, I don't know, I just love her, and I had a way better connection than with the lady that I went to the first time. So of course I am going to continue going back to her, and it is what it is. Some people you're going to connect with, other people you're not. So being that the pooch is such an intimate area, you don't want somebody that you're like freaked out by down there. Like, at least I don't, which is why I switched. So don't stop until you find somebody that you're 100% comfortable with. That's very important. That honestly should have been tip number 1, but we're already at the end of the video. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Don't forget to give me a like, a comment, and if you're new, don't forget to subscribe, shorty. Subscribe, baby. I'll see you guys in my next video. Thanks for watching.